That can be like some people are, I think that's forever, and they're like, no, I don't want to lose it forever.
Yeah, I think it's just what till the next time we
Yeah.
basically
It's basically
cross.
like you lose your connection to it right now. Like you memorize your spells in the beginning of the day, and like as you cast it, like kind of like the energy that was like in your body that like connects you to this particular series of incantations and such, then just like fades away. And so magic missile was you like gathering energy in your palm and firing it off. What does this one look like?
This one is more of a gentle. It's sort of as I move my hand over the ground, a little ball of light forms, and then it just goes down in sort of a cone shape, and you see the spirit rise up out of the ground to speak.
Cool. And so find the spell again just to make sure. I believe it was you get to. Yes, name the spirit you wish to contact, or leave it to the GM. You pull that creature through the plains, just close enough to speak to you. It is bound to answer any one question you ask to the best of its ability. So, do you get up? Do you get up close to the bridge to cast it?
Yeah, right next to the
Okay.
bridge.
Okay, yeah, you get up close to the bridge, and you gather up that the fog that's like right on the bridge is like really really thick fog, like just barely see your hand in front of you like once you're like on the bridge. Right now it's like you can kind of see them maybe like a few feet away from you, and like the fog in front of you starts to like kind of like shift and move, and it slowly forms into like a humanoid shape, and like it's slowly like it kind of like coming up from the ground up, like the legs form, and then like it's like a torso and some arms, and then as it gets up here, like the head is like hanging off, kind of like this, not as if it was chopped off, but like as if like its neck is just like twisted and gnarled and broken, and like its head's like facing downward, like in an angle that it shouldn't be if it was like a normal person head, like just completely like as if like a 180-degree angle from its neck, and like it just kind of like the head part just kind of like shifts a little bit and moves, and then you just kind of hear like not from any direction, just all around you as the fog kind of like starts to like just do like little weird like wispy circles around you, uh, and
Have I ever seen you cast this before?
No, I think this would be the first time you'd seen me cast it before.
Yeah, and so you hear like through like the whispers in the fog, like I am the Aeon Gamgee. What do you wish to know?
Sir, I've heard many tales about your beginnings of the Cult of Azazel, and we have heard so many stories going back about your death and where you are buried here, and the horrible things that can befall anybody trying to cross the river at night. Can you tell us the truth about what what we would encounter when we try to cross the bridge?
And the form in front of you like starts to like shake a bunch, and like you can't quite tell, but it almost looks like the fog that would be its hands like clench up like really really tightly, but it's just fog, so it doesn't quite look like hands. It might just be your imagination talking to you. And yeah, like through like the whispers, you hear it again. The people of this town betrayed me. My energies are strong at night. I will get my revenge on any who cross this bridge. You must prove yourself.
How must we prove ourselves?
Fortunately, that's two questions.
Goodbye.
The fog like just dissipates, and like the humanoid shape like just kind of like splits apart back into just like normal looking, slightly dense fog around you.
I turn around and go back up to everybody and say, okay, well, it appears as though the rumors that I heard were correct. He is guarding the bridge. And wants his revenge on anybody that's passing through. We have to prove ourselves when we attempt to cross, but there's no way to know what that is going to entail until we actually cross. We can camp here for the night and wait until morning to go into town, or we can take our chances.
I'm going to turn to Silverman and say, so have you passed this bridge at night? Do coins allow you passage?
He's like still in the carriage. Like he like poked his head out to like see what was going on before, and seeing this whatever the heck was going on happen, he just shot back into the carriage, and so he's like kind of like shivering in like the corner.
Okay,
So
well I just open the door and
yeah, you open the door and he's like,
there.
Well, I no, that was what we were told. I don't travel at night.
Useless.
He is. He's totally useless.
Well, I say we try to cross. We're not. I can speak for myself that I don't belong to this town. I don't know why he would have a quarrel with me. And if he does, maybe he'll take the Duke instead.
I like the way you think.
Just force him across. Here, he's actually from the town. Take him.
Limp.
Here, look at him.
If we force him to do anything, he'll punish us for it.
Spirit?
No, the Duke.
How will he punish us? He's quivering in the corner.
When he gets back to town, though, he's one of the most powerful men in the world.
In this area, like the town and like kind of like around here, like
it's the world to Akula.
Okay.
Geography is not a class he sat in on.
Gotcha.
Then we leave the city, we go into the woods where he can't reach us, and we continue on our way.
I think we should just kill him now. Take his coin, use it to cross the river.
If Shara were there, he'd say on the other side of the bridge. But he's not, so he doesn't. He's still sitting down where the ritual happened. He didn't follow Giles back.
Well, I think we should try to cross with the Duke alive. He can be our bargaining chip if we need it.
Are there any
I'll go by myself first. If I shout across the bridge, then you know at least I made it.
And if you scream
Then
horrible,
you know
bloody murder.
you have to figure something in better than just crossing it. Kula leaves and just crosses the river on foot.
Okay. If you come back up to the river, like as before, the fog is still there. And so
I guess as he's walking over, he says, if what you want is wealth, spirit, take my bracelet. It's a silver, out of character, it's a silver bracer that's worth 12 coin.
Okay. What are you? Are you just like holding it out, or are you just saying that?
Yeah, he's holding it out in his hand.
Okay. Just a moment. I have an idea for a thing, and just make sure that it makes sense. Cool.
Ghost fight. Let's do it.
It's so you're like holding out your braceleted hand, and the fog, like part of it, like it starts to like sink down to the bridge, and like kind of like it starts like almost crawling towards you. Like it's kind of like floating, but it almost looks like it's crawling just because of how it's moving, like going like that, kind of like seeping towards you, and then like thin tendrils start to come up out of the fog and like look like a really, really long fingered hand. And it, no, I'm not gonna be that mean.
Rips out both your eyes.
It like reaches up around your wrist and like puts its fingers through your arm, and you just feel like a really, really like a chill, like as it like fingers like kind of go through your hand, but as it like touches the bracelet, it like starts to pull, it like pulls it off of you, and then like the fog like kind of like comes back down, and then like the bracelet just kind of like disappears into the fog, and then like it looks like it opens up like just slightly, like in front of you, like kind of like a tunnel almost.
He crosses.
See, that wasn't so hard.
I guess when he's over, he just says, "I made it. It wants material wealth. Give it something."
Is the Duke wearing any jewelry?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Like he's all
yeah.
done
I
up.
open
like,
the
he's
carriage.
Got kind of like they're like since it's like a mageocracy, and so like normally there's like the whole like mage's robes thing, but then there's like robes that aren't quite really mage's robes. They're just like really, really dressy robes, and so like he's got like big like purple and gold, like kind of like striped and like looped like robes just coming all over up and down him, like huge like weird like shoulder things coming off of it, and then yeah, like a big like amulet. Like it looks fancy and magical, but like it's not fancy and magical. And like he's got like a couple rings, and like yeah, he's all done up basically. It's a little dirty, like, but it's still yeah, like since he was like running around and getting away from stuff, but yeah, like he's got some jewelry on him.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I open the carriage back up and just like try to grab things off of him. Give me that ring, or I'll cut it off your finger.
What? No, it's mine.
Okay then. I think I
okay. Are you?
I don't have a knife. So I just like grab my spear and like kind of towards
Come
him.
on.
It'll hurt. Hurt a lot.
I just shout past and say, if you want to get into town so that you can gather people to go back and reclaim your mansion,
yeah,
we will
okay,
all
cool.
need a piece of jewelry to pass.
He is like he's like trying to fight back, like he's like kind of like kicking at you and like just waving his hand like at you, like just like no, stop this. So
grab his hand.
yeah, could you would you like to do the parlay move?
I hope you cut off his finger.
Yeah, basically that's what you have leverage on, is he wants his hand not to be cut off.
All right,
so you definitely have leverage over him right now. And if you'd like to assist with like the whole, if you want to get back to town, you can. Well, I'll see what you rolled first. Oh, yep, yeah. If someone would like to try to help to get that to a 10, you can, or we can leave it at a 9.
What do we roll to assist?
You roll plus your bond with the character making the main roll, and so I'm pretty sure everybody has 1, and so you would roll plus 1. Cool. Alrighty. Yep. So yeah, just covering up the moves against. We're kind of going over a bunch of the stuff. Parlay, when you have leverage on an NPC and you want to like manipulate them into doing something, and like leverage is something that they need or want, which can be pretty much anything, like an item, like a favor, not cutting off their hand. And so on a hit, they basically do what you want. If it's a 7 to 9, they need you to they basically need concrete assurance. But you still get what you want. And then so you got a 9, and so with just that, they would need like a concrete assurance. With the aid or interfere, that gives you a +1 to your roll, so now you have a 10. Unfortunately, Giles got a 7 to 9, which means he also exposes. You also expose yourself to danger, retribution, or cost.
I'm an alcoholic wizard. I've never been
that. What are those words?
Yes. All right, so you pull fine, and so he get off me, and he comes out of his own will, and pulls off one of his rings, and hands gives it forward to Cress, and as you guys are kind of standing there, and he's kind of pulling off his jewelry and just fine, I'll pay for us to cross. Gee, I can't even believe this. And so he's kind of finding pieces that are kind of valuable. You hear Giles, you're kind of the closest one, you're a foot or two away from each other, but Giles, you're the one pointed at closest to back to the mansion where you came. You hear a loud howl come from back in the direction of the mansion. Yeah, as the moon's slowly rising up over there. There's some moonlight kind of shining down. You hear back in the direction of the manor. You hear a.
I just kind of
shit.
Aster.
So I think while they were intimidating this guy, after Shar heard Akula's shout across to say that, he needs material wealth to judge you worthy, he stands up and he goes to just cross the bridge after his silent contemplation. And what was this guy / the town's? What did he call himself when his spirit visited?
Aeon Gamgee.
Aeon Gamgee. Okay. He says, Aeon Gamgee, or the spirit of Gamgee. I have no materials of which are value. So if you must judge me, then judge me. But find me worthy. Because I too know what it's like to have been betrayed by your people in a place you thought was home. And he just attempts to walk across. Doesn't break step at all.
Gotcha. So as you just kind of you just walk and keep going, the fog shifts and starts moving in weird unnatural ways. It's not moving as if the wind's pushing it. It just a section of it just moves to the right, and one of the the bridge is planks of wood kind of put next to each other, and then pillars, kind of small wooden pillars along on the edges of it, and this section of fog just moves over to one of these pillars and focuses around it, and the pillar just comes flying at you. What do you do? It's not a giant pillar. It's maybe 2 feet or so, but it's a thick piece of wood that's just that was like as if it were like chucked, like thrown by like a javelin thrower, and it's just like coming straight at you.
Is it coming tall ways or like a spear?
Like this, yeah, like a spear kind of ways.
Yeah, so he's going to, I guess, try and, well, he's going to swing a sword at it.
Okay. So, sounds like defy danger through strength.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Well, mark XP.
XP.
Yep, mark XP. Yep. So yeah, you I assume you kind of grin because it sounds this is kind of what you wanted. You wanted to fight. So yeah, you pull out your big sword and go try to swing at it like a baseball. But yeah, you miss, and it like knocks and it nails you in the chest. And kind of knocks the wind out of you and pushes you back a little bit. See. Do a thinking. Do a d6.
And so reduced by armor?
Yep.
Or it's like spirit damage. Okay.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. So it nails you in the chest. Not too much, but yeah, you're definitely gonna have a bruise there, like a pretty big one.
Yeah.
And so yeah, Akula on the other side of the bridge, like as you're kind of standing there waiting for them, you hear a really loud thump, like through the dense fog in front of you. Yeah, I'm not sure if you do anything. I just want to let you know what you heard. Just hear like a coming from like on the bridge right there. Like
I don't know. I think I'm not sure if he heard the conversation or not, but he kind of.
He probably would have heard what Shar said.
Okay. Well, I think even if he didn't hear it, I think he just would have known that like Char probably tried to cross without giving anything. Just really tried to
I thought he would judge me worthy. Of course Shar is worthy. Why wouldn't Shar be worthy?
Yeah, so Giles and Cress, as you guys are kind of like getting stuff from the Duke to like pay your way across, yeah, you see Shar just walking up and like he gets slammed in the chest with a wooden like a dull wooden stake basically is what like hit him, just slammed him in the chest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got hit by a 2x4.
Yeah.
He's just kind of
So,
shrugging it off and
call
keeps
out.
walking forward.
Okay.
So I'm gonna call out like as soon as I have like a couple of pieces of jewelry from the Duke.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna I think I'll just like grab my horse and start walking him across and be like, "We have your payment. Just let us pass, and we'll leave you in peace."
As you approach, like do each of you have like a piece, or did you have all the pieces?
I probably tried to, like, I have one for myself, and I grabbed another one in hopes that would take care of Shar's payment.
Okay,
I would,
like
if they have more.
kind of I'm not sure if you like saw what happened to Azula or not, but yeah, like the same thing, like the the fog like around you like starts to like kind of form up and like wrap its way around the horse and like up towards you, and then like a thin tendril comes out and like slips into one of the rings and then pulls it back, and you're still holding the other ring in your hand.
Okay.
Yep. Char, in front of you, the fog is forming into like the humanoid shape again. Like after that weird section like through the wood at you, it like kind of moved back and it's like swirling around a bunch, and then yeah, it's like slowly becoming that human shape again. And then as it kind of comes up and like there's like that eerie like hung head just like dangling from its torso, it just like opens it like it's like its mouth kind of opens up like a maw, just like way taller and wider than it should, and just like it lets out like a and just like starts to come at you and like is like holding out a hand, coming towards you. And what do you do?
Kula just kind of stretches, picks his nails.
It's taking him so long, jeez.
Char, I think
you would have heard that like eerie shout. So if you,
I mean, he's not going back in there.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Char definitely just. So this thing's just kind of charging at him with like.
It's not like running or it's just like kind of like floating quickly towards you with like one hand just like coming out at your neck.
And it's like made of mist.
Yeah, it's like made of this like that like weird, really, really dense fog.
He's just gonna like put his shoulder down and charge right into it.
Okay.
It's like this normally works.
Are you defying danger with strength?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
It cannot go worse than my last roll. So, is this Conquest? This feels like Conquest to me.
I feel like Conquest is like when you're taking over something. Like,
I might have to change that out because
if you want to, you can. Like it even says like during the first session, like especially if you're like getting used to the character and like all your stuff, you can like we can switch stuff around, or even if like
Or can we maybe just clarify it? Because he wants conquest over others. He doesn't necessarily want fame and glory. He wanted to win the tournament. Right?
So there was the fame and glory, which that kind of speaks for itself. And then I feel like conquest is like battling to win something. Like I'm gonna beat you, and I'm gonna take your town, and it's gonna be my town. There is power over others, which might make more sense for like just like, fighting big things and defeating them.
Yeah, but power. See, that like to me felt like tyranny in some sense. Is like,
yeah, I guess I can see how it would be the other way too. Like power over would be fighting to control.
He just wants to fight people and beat them to prove that he's kind of the best.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. We can clarify conquest like that. It's like fighting like conquest equals like fighting a worthy like strong opponent and overcoming them. Yeah.
Okay. And since this guy is like he's literally saying like judge me and find me worthy.
Right, yeah. Definitely. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 1d6 plus 1d8 plus 2.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and the 8 came out ahead. So.
Cool. Good.
Good luck there.
Awesome. Yep. Okay. So you're just still moving forward, and you're just gonna like barge through him pretty much.
Oh, as this guy starts flying towards him, he gets into like a full sprint and just kind of sword down. Right, he's not pointing at this thing and just leans his shoulder in, and he's like, "It's made of mist. I can just run right through it."
Cool. It just happens to work as you like charge with your sword, and you like pierce through it, and like the mist kind of flows around you, and like for like the second or so as you like are moving through this mist, it's like the coldest you've ever felt in your entire life. But like as soon as you're through it, you're immediately like fine and back to normal. But yeah, for like that split second, it's like as if you're like in a blizzard up in the northern reaches with like nothing protecting you, but then you're fine, and you're like it's like behind you, and you just hear it again like and like swing back, but you're like ahead of it, and so it like it kind of like puts his arm down and like starts like kind of to come after you again, but you're like still coming forward at it. So Cress, were you going to go across the bridge now that you've like given it a ring?
Yeah, I'm going to assume that Giles and the Duke can look after themselves in this matter. Oh,
okay.
continuing
Giles,
forward.
are you going to keep moving as well. I assume you also got like something from him.
Oh, sorry, I just blanked out there for a second.
Oh, yeah, fine.
Yeah. I just grabbed a ring out of his hand, and I actually just walked ahead and left him back at the carriage
Cool.
to do whatever he's going to do.
Yeah.
Walked up and offered the ring as tribute to the ghost.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, pretty much the same thing happens. Like the mist, like some more mist, like comes around, like kind of like crawls up you in a way, and like this time it just kind of like grabs the ring and like pulls it, yanks it back, and then disappears into the mist, and like path kind of like opens, like in the mist before you. So the Duke comes up like kind of like next to you, and like here, and he's like holding on like that really really nice fancy amulet. And it's like his head's hung, and like the thing like instead of like it looks different this time. Like the mist like comes up again, but like rather than just grab the amulet, it like plunges into the Duke's neck. And like you almost see a little bit of like around his neck, like a little bit of frost form, like as like the like it's almost like the fog is like chilled as it touches his neck, and he just like he like lets out like a like trying to shout in pain, but like he can't, and he like collapses to the ground, and the amulet like kind of drops like in front of him.
It's a nice amulet.
It is a nice amulet. Pretty nice amulet. It looks very magical. It is not very magical.
To people who don't know better, it looks very magical.
Right,
to someone
yeah.
who might.
It was made to look like super magical because like
Nice.
mages are cool and powerful, and
Yeah.
he wants to be cool and powerful.
And I reach down, I grab the amulet, and I kind of like poke the Duke, seeing if he's
Hey.
Duke. Okay.
Could Guile, since you were the closest, could you roll a d10 for me?
Yeah.
Don't worry, this isn't for you.
Where's the
This is
cleric?
for this is- Okay. Yeah, the Duke. He doesn't like move or do anything as you like poke him and kind of like, hey, dude. He's just laying there, like his neck is just like looks like cold. It's got like a thin layer of frost on it, and then he's just like laying there on the ground. Okay.
Is he alive?
Yeah, it's. I mean, I guess I check and see if I can feel any sort of pulse or breath on my hand.
He's totally dead.
Yeah, in that case, I strip him of his remaining jewelry and
Cool.
Push him into the ring.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna go back and grab the horses from the carriage real quick and leave them
Okay.
across. In
Yeah,
addition
like, oh, okay. Yeah, you go back and
well,
yeah, you can like undo them from the carriage and kind of like, come on, horsey, and like guide him along if you want.
okay, yeah.
Okay. Akula, you see Shar like burst through that really dense portion of the fog, like kind of like in front of you, and like coming towards you with like a foggy shaped humanoid, like charging at him like with like a hand outstretched.
Just step back a little bit.
Well, he made his bed. Just a little I'm just.
You know?
I probably just don't stop my charge from
Okay.
like when I burst through it. He probably just keeps running.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think you had like a decent enough like distance in front of him. So yeah, you like basically like sprint off of the bridge, and like the second that it's like still like just like coming at you like almost as fast as you were, and like the second that it like would be about to come off the bridge, it just like stops and just like it's holding its hand out towards you, and then like, just slowly it like kind of turns into a finger and just points like at it's just pointing at you. But yeah, it's so it's just floating there like at the very edge of the bridge pointing. As Giles and Cress, you kind of ride and walk and see this like humanoid pointing towards Shar.
And you probably see Shar yelling back at us like, "Well, was I worthy?" And so like it's kind of like the guy's going like this, and he's just like, thumbs down or thumbs up, dude. Thumbs down or thumbs up.
It's still like kind of standing like pointing, and then slowly it just starts kind of like fade down and dissipate, and eventually like the humanoid like kind of fades away. It's still like pretty foggy around you, but like it's like normal fog, not like creepy, weird, haunted fog.
Yeah. I think Shar just laughs.
Cool. All right. Yep. Cress and Giles, you guys are coming up on the edge of the bridge, and like if you keep walking, it doesn't come up and attack you or anything. It just like you guys can get off the bridge, and you guys successfully crossed.
So I take the jewelry that I got off of him and just toss everybody a couple pieces and say drinks are on the Duke today.
Awesome. Cool. So yeah, so it is 10:19. So I think we can kind of call this the end as you guys are heading up and you see town, the city fairly close. And next time we can start there. And I say we do our end of session. All right, let me pull that up just so I can have all the stuff and show it on the screen. Cool. Yep. All right, so at the end of a session, we basically go around and divvy up some XP. So, do any of you feel like a bond has been resolved? Basically, when a bond like if it like specifically says something like I owe so and so a favor or I will save so and so's life, and like you do that, it's resolved. Or if you feel the bond no longer like explains the relationship between the two characters anymore, like if something else is like more important than that, then the bond's resolved as well. So, do any of you feel that a bond's been resolved?
I feel like Akula feels a little differently about Guile now, or Gills. If they're a Street Fighter character, or I'm gonna say so. He went from Giles has mysterious power, but I'll show him nothing beats a good axe to. I think Giles kind of guiding the group over the bridge and changed his thinking, and still thinks it's a mysterious power, but I'm curious to learn more.
Cool. Yeah. So you kind of saw like a different side of him today, than just being the weird, creepy magician. Cool. You feel good with that, Giles?
Yeah, definitely. And
awesome.
I mean, same as with mine. That I've seen another side of him, that it's not just all might with him.
Yeah. Yeah, especially the fact that he actually today he you probably didn't see him like scared, but you definitely saw him like not just be a berserker guy. You saw him like leave a battle and say, no, it's smarter to walk away right now.
Yeah, or even contemplating the options for stopping at the bridge.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Yeah. So you both can mark XP and cross off that bond and make a new bond. The bond can be with the same person or it can be with a different character. Cress or Shar, do you feel like any of your bonds have been resolved?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure that Shar is so confident that Akula shares his hunger for glory.
Okay. Come on, man. We're bros. Cool.
And so instead, I'm going with Akula is soft, but I will make him hard like me.
A challenge.
Best bond. Cool. Awesome. Yep. So mark XP and then make that or replace the bomb with that one.
Yeah, and I had a.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
Crest, do you feel like any of yours have been resolved?
I was going to ask Seth if Shar would feel like, he kind of probably basically saved her life. She would have been pretty screwed if he hadn't drawn the attention of the zombies. Would he feel like that has paid his debt to Cress? Or does he still feel like he owes her?
I don't think he views it, and maybe saying he had a debt to you in the original bond for me was probably poorly worded. Because I don't think he feels like he necessarily owes you, but he feels like he has your back. And he'll continue to have that. So maybe I'll switch it from I owe her to I have her back.
Okay. I think I might switch mine too, because I would no longer feel like,
Yeah. If it's
it
evolved from like, oh, I just owe her to now it's like, oh no, we have each other's back. We're like we're cool.
Yeah, I think I'll just put, I can trust Shar.
Do bonds get more specific?
They don't have to be. They can. You want to be able to have it like resolved. I guess like the goal for it is to be like have like a be able to easily say yes or no to it being resolved. So they don't have to be like extremely specific, but like having something that says like, I feel this way about this character, and so I will do this, or like this is a thing. Like being able to like say yes or no, this is definitely resolved. Is like I guess like the ideal thing for a bond.
Because he's just way more confident now that Giles can help him.
Yeah. Cool.
It's like, wait, you summoned literally dead people to come talk to you? So I knew I wanted to have your help, but so that's not resolved yet. You still need to help him.
Gotcha. Cool. Alrighty. So now, does anyone feel like they have fulfilled their alignment move? So take a look at your character sheet and see that.
I have at least one more bond thing.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, if you have a bond, then yep.
I think Char's big sword proved useful.
Fine, I guess it's kind of cool. Cool sword.
In that particular situation, so it has at least use cutting mindless, stupid corpses down.
Cool.
Yes, it does.
Awesome.
So
totally.
I'm not sure what I'll replace that with, but
yeah, and you can save it for next time too if we want to think of it before then. Cool. All right, if bonds are all good, then yep, we can go on to alignment from here.
Do you, Crest? Would you say my feeling that it's about, how you believe nature is about balance, and I think it's about power and violence. Did that change at all? Was there any moment that would have changed?
I don't really feel like we would have addressed that this session much.
I was just making sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm good with that one, if you are.
Yep.
Cool. Alrighty. So take a look at your character sheet, and then look at the thing that it says under your chosen alignment. And if you did that thing at least once this session, you get to mark 1 XP.
I got pretty close, but I respected other people's choices of what to do. He ended up dying anyway. I really didn't, but
he was not worthy.
Maybe my new bond is just with the party in general. Like, I I'm not sure how to phrase this. Like, the Duke ended up dead anyway. I should have just cut him down when I felt like it was the right thing to do.
Always go with your gut.
So let's see. Were you evil?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you didn't really make it. Yeah, I didn't really make a brutal example of someone.
To
Cool.
terrify.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Does anyone else feel like their alignment was fulfilled this session?
Did
That's gonna say, did talking to him to find out about the bridge count as discovering something about a magical mystery?
I'd say so.
yes, absolutely, in my opinion.
Mhm.
Did shouting at Lyria count as teaching someone about the ways of my people?
Yeah, at least the way you shouted, I would say.
I told her we were like legionnaires for a demon lord.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, you told her about how your reaction to her would be, so.
Yeah, totally.
Okay. And I had a quick question too. And I'm okay with this going either way. The race mark doesn't quite make or move for the barbarian doesn't quite make too much sense for like the first session, because it's at the beginning of each session the GM will ask you something about your homeland. Do I get that or not? Is kind of my question.
Yeah, for the first session I would say no, but like I'll have stuff for next time. And so yeah, like
Oh,
the next.
Yes, you will, I imagine.
Oh yeah. Like that's basically now it's my turn to be like, okay, all this stuff, let's put it all in piles, and here's stuff I want to know more about, and here's stuff that I'm gonna throw back at them. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we'll just
I have homework to do. All right.
And I feel
or
like
Giles, or no, sorry, yeah, Cress. Did you feel like your alignment, alignment? Was fulfilled?
I made a point of going back to get the horses and not leaving them
Oh yeah, cool.
with zombies and.
we also killed a bunch of unnatural zombies. Who knows what?
Right.
Yeah, totally.
Well, I
All
didn't
right.
personally kill that many, but.
Cool. All right, alignment checked off. All right, so now there are 3 questions that like are kind of like we ask about the session, and for each yes, you each get 1 XP. So, did we learn something new and important about the world?
Yes.
Yeah.
All kinds of things.
Yes, I would say so. For the first
Yeah.
session, that's pretty easy. Yes. Yep. So yep. Everyone mark an XP for that.
So
did
has
we
Chris
overcome
leveled
a
up
notable
yet?
monster or enemy?
I did.
I don't think we necessarily.
Yeah, it was.
Well,
the
Guy
monster wasn't
if
like quite notable. Like in itself being a monster, it wasn't like it was kind of just a regular ghost. So
well, it would have been much more severe if we didn't know how to bypass it, right?
Mhm.
I think Giles kind of defeated that challenge for us.
Yeah. Doesn't that count as defeating the challenge? Is like figuring out the non-combat way? I mean, Adam talks about that a lot. I don't know if it's actually built into his game, but
Yeah. I mean, I would say that defeating the challenge was
Well, it was. Yes, you overcame it in a cool, creative way. The monster itself still wasn't like very notable.
Yeah.
It was like just a regular. It was like a regular specter. Just like his story was notable, but not the monster itself. Like
Yeah, I mean, if anything, I
if you
would
had defeated, like if you had stayed back and fought and defeated, like Lyria, that could have been notable. But since it was like this was just like a random thing pulled out of the creatures.
I don't know. It's not every day you fight a ghost or have to survive it.
In Dungeon World, it is.
I don't know.
And then,
Ghosts versus zombies.
And then the third one is: did we loot a memorable treasure?
By my
Some
standards.
gems.
We got a very
fancy amulet that
magical
looks
weapon.
magical.
I mean, this is more wealth than Akula's ever had, probably.
if the gem was magical, it would probably be a memorable treasure. But right now, it's probably like maybe like 30 or 40 coins worth of gems.
I guess it depends how much we get all together. I feel like it's notable. I didn't have any money before this.
Shit, so yeah.
We have the gem and the ring. We got one extra ring too. So
yeah, I think it was like the amulet and a ring. I think was what you got from.
I mean, I think for more seasoned adventurers, it wouldn't have been a notable loot, but for us, it was notable at least. Maybe not amazing, but it'll pay the bills for a while.
I think.
Sure.
Yeah, I take memorable treasure as being like something unique or something like something that means something. Since it's just like some gems that like basically, I'm assuming you're gonna sell for like swap for coins. I'm assuming that's yeah.
That makes sense.
You still got 1 XP, and you guys got a lot from the bonds and stuff. So yeah.
Need your money.
Or any of you.
Really
So when you basically for every level to get to the next level, it's 7 plus your current level. So yeah, once you get to 8 XP, you'll level up for the first time, and then next level will be 9, next level will be 10, etc. Are any of you there? Or I assume most of you are pretty close.
I have 3 EXP. I didn't fail a single roll. So.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's the thing. When you do really, really well, you don't get a lot of XP.
Yeah.
Sarah, did you?
It was kind of cool.
No,
I think I forget exactly what it was when they were talking about it. Oh, it was when they did on JP's channel when they did the R&D for it. They were talking about they were actually talking about when the Sage and Adam sat down and did the math for Dungeon World, failing you'll fail rolls a lot when you're starting off, and so mathematically it works out to get you up fairly quickly, and then at 4th or 5th level you kind of start to only get XP through the end of session stuff pretty much. So you go up pretty quickly, and then it's kind of steadily up from then on. Pretty cool.
That did remind me of something, and I'm not going to argue this as a point or anything, but I do think that they gave them the overcoming the hand monster in the one they ran on Roll20. Even though they didn't actually fight it at all, they just talked their way out of that situation. So,
right. His argument wasn't that.
Yeah, no, I was just throwing that as I wasn't saying I was pushing the point for our monster.
Okay.
I was just bringing up that example in case because that was something.
Yeah, I would definitely count overcoming it as you don't have to fight it. If the monster had been more than just a ghost, it would have definitely been overcoming it.
It hurts. It hurts.
Cool. Alrighty, so that is our first session. I'll give you. I'm thinking, we can go around again, and you guys can say who you are, and if you want to do a shout out for anything, you can feel free. We'll keep going. We'll do clockwise again. So, Seth, if you'd like to start us off.
Yeah. I guess thanks for having me. Had a lot of fun. I've been itching to play Dungeon World, and so this is really cool getting to play it, getting to stream it, all that type of stuff. I've never played a kind of brawler, warrior, tough guy class, so I'm milking that for what it's worth.
Switch around that, yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, I'm normally a cleric or something. But yeah, you can follow me at twitch.tv/Tahoe Biker with a Y. I stream game development and just regular games too when I'm feeling like it's there. No set schedule or anything, but it's a fun time. And thanks everyone for hanging out with us while we play some games.
Cool. Alrighty. Sarah, how about you? If you'd like to.
Yeah, I don't really have anything exciting to shout out to. So yeah, it was fun. Had a lot of fun. Thanks for having me. So,
totally. Yeah, thanks for joining us. Corey?
Yeah, I'm on Twitch. I don't ever stream. If you, for some reason, really want me to, I could try. Yeah, thanks for letting me play. This was a very proper a satisfying game of Dungeon World.
Sweet.
I'm excited to play more.
Definitely.
We've got a lot of stuff that's to build on.
Yeah, I've definitely got a good chunk of homework to do between now and next Friday. Cool. And Josh, if you would like to shout anything out.
Josh, you can follow me Twitch at Josh Gates. I rarely ever stream. If I do, it's usually either Kerbal or
Nice.
potentially a studio photography stream coming up soon. But other than that, nothing.
Awesome. Well, thank you all for joining me. This was extremely fun. And if anybody, I am going to stream. I have to decide. I'm either going to finish Life is Strange tomorrow, or I'm going to play this new game that I just found out about the other day called Rebel Galaxy, which is basically Firefly the game. And yeah, like I was looking at random stuff and I found it like a thing just saying like this game nobody's ever heard of just randomly came out and it's super amazing, and so I got it and I'm going to try it out at some point. I'm going to figure it out and I'm going to stream something tomorrow at some point. So if you are here, thank you for watching. This is Tales with Tux and Friends Kismet, our Dungeon World campaign. Kismet is the ironic title I chose because it means fate, and we're not people of fate. We just do whatever the heck we want. So if you would like to follow the stream to see us again, you can click the little heart somewhere, right or left, wherever it is. If you'd like to know when we're streaming again, or I'm streaming again, or any of us are streaming again, follow all of us on the things. And thank you again for watching, and have a great night. Bye-bye.